Hello Year 3 and welcome to the maths lesson for Thursday the 4th of March. Today we're going to carry on looking at complements to 100, and this time I've shown it to you as a bar model. So in my bar model we've got 100, and 100 is the same as 38 and 62. If we think about our sentence that we learnt, it says, first of all, add the ones to make 10. Well, 8 and 2 makes 10. And then we need 9 more 10s. So 3 10s and 6 10s makes 9 10s to give us our 100. Now, what we can do is use those three numbers to make a range of number sentences. And this is called commutativity. So if I've got 100 and I take away 38, what am I left with? Well, it's easy to see, isn't it, on the bar model? It's 62. And just in the same way, if I take away 62, so 100 take away 62, I'm left with 38. Also, we can see we've got 38 plus 62, but we could swap those around. And then we've got 62 plus 38, and that still gives us 100. So let's have a look at the different number sentences that we can write. So we've got 62 plus 38 is 100. 38 plus 62 is 100. Then we can swap it around so that we can say 100 is the same as 62 add 38, or 100 is the same as 38 add 62. Now I've also talked about if we are subtracting. So 100 take away 62 leaves us with 38. 100 take away 38 leaves us with 62. We can write these the other way around as well. So 32 is the same as or is equal to 100 minus 62. Or 62 is the same as 100 minus 38. Let's have another look at this example. So here we've got 100, 79 and 21. Well, I know that 9 and the 1 will go together to make a 10. So that gives me 10, and that's 7 10s and 2 10s gives me 9 10s. So altogether I've got 100. And we can write our different number sentences. Have a think and see what number sentences you might want to write to show. See how many you can come up with. Okay, let's have a look if you came up with any of the ones that I found. So we've got 79 plus 21 equals 100. And 21 add 79 is the same as 100. We can put the 100 at the beginning, so we've got 100 is the same as 79 plus 21. And if you have a look at this one, we've got 79 plus 1 there, plus 21, and 79 plus 21 there. All we've done is put the 100 at the beginning instead of at the end. And then finally, what's it going to be? I think you know already, don't you? 100 is 21 plus 79. But did you come up with any subtraction calculations? Let's have a quick look at those. Well, we can say 100 minus 79 is 21, or we could say 100 minus 21 is 79. If I take my 21 away, we're left with 79. If I take my 79 away, we're left with 21. But we can write these the other way around as well. So we can say that 79 equals 100 minus 21, and that 21 is the same as 100 minus 79. Now, for your challenge today, I want you to use the numbers in the bar models to write me 8 number sentences. Now, you need to think carefully. You're going to need to use your knowledge of your number bonds. You're going to need to make 10 ones and then 9 tens. And you're going to need to use commutativity. And you need to check the calculation that you've written to make sure that it actually makes sense. Now choose your challenge and then pause the video while you have a go. Off you go. Great, how did you get on? Did you find all 8? Well, let's have a look. You can pause the video again while you check them. Great job. So, today we are going to be reading clocks showing analogue and digital time. So to be successful today, we need to know that there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. You're going to need to draw and write times, and you're going to need to be able to match analogue and digital times. So let's have a look. Well, we start off with a short clip explaining about analogue and digital.
Time to convert analog time, rock on, into digital time.
Let's party, yeah.
Brain!
You are strange.
There are 24 hours in a day, and analog time splits it into 2 halves. The first 12 hours of the day, the morning, are called AM. And the last 12 hours of the day, the afternoon and evening, are called PM. Digital time, on the other hand, can either use AM or PM. Or it can count through the 24 hours of the day. So 7 AM becomes 0700 hours, for example. And when time passes into the PM, digital time carries on counting on. So 1 PM becomes 1300 hours. So to change the time on an analog clock to a 24-hour digital clock, you just need to add on 12 more hours.
Brain?
Good lad, Brain. Rock on.
Okay, so let's now have a look at some questions, and we'll go through some examples to help you with this task that you're going to be doing today. So here we have some digital clock, or we have a digital clock. The digital clock just shows numbers. It doesn't have hands. It displays the numbers with the hour first, then a colon, and then the minutes. The hours always go at the front, before the colon, and the minutes always go after the colon. If you have a look at these 2 clocks, you can see that the analog clock is pointing to just after 12 in the hour hand, so it's within the 12 o'clock hour, and then the minute hand is pointing at 15 minutes if we count round in our 5s, 5, 10, 15, and it's written on the digital clock as 15. Now we've got 2 digital clocks here. They're showing the same time, but what's different about them? Well, that's right. The second clock doesn't have anything in the first box for the hour. And the first clock says it's 02. Now, some digital clocks may only show 1 digit in the hour time, but they will always show 2 digits for the minutes. So let's have a look. converting digital time. First of all, you need to put in the same hour as on the clock. So if you look at the clock, the hour hand is between 2 and 3, so it is 2 o'clock. The minute hand is pointing at the 6, so we need to count round the minutes in 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And we write 30 minutes. Another one here now. So the hour hand is pointing, well, it's between the 4 and the 5. It's almost at the 5, but not quite. So it's in the 4 o'clock hour. And if you count round in 5s for the minutes, you can see that it is showing 45 minutes. So we write that in the digital clock. Now have a look at this one. What hour is it? That's right, it's 9. The hour hand is between 9 and 10. But what about the minute hand? That's when you need to count round in 5s again. So counting round in 5s and you get to 25 minutes. So it's 09:25, 25 minutes past 9. And then have a go at this one. Think about the hour hand first. What hour are you in? Then think about the minute hand. How many minutes around the hour has it gone? And the time is 10:50. Now, this time we're going to put the hands onto the clock. We can see that the digital clock is showing 08:15. So first of all, starting with the hours, we need to put the hour hand onto the clock. Then we need to put on the minute hand. So we need to count round in 5s, 15 minutes, and we'll see where that is, so we can put the minute hand in the correct place, pointing towards 15 minutes or the 3 for 15:15. Have a look at this one. We've got how many hours? Well, it's 12 o'clock. So the hour hand is going to go between the 12 and the 1. And then 40 minutes, so we need to count around and put the minute hand pointing to 40 minutes. Fantastic. Okay, one more now. So we've got see if you can work out where the hands need to go. Look at the hour, look at the number of minutes, and see if you can work out where those hands need to be on the clock. That's right, the hour hand is pointing to 10 and the minute hand is pointing to the 1 because it's 5 minutes past. Finally, can you do this one? Okay, so the hour hand is pointing to the 2, but it's 55 minutes past, so it's going to be just after 2 or almost 3 o'clock. It's going to be nearer to 3 than 2, but it's still within the hour of 2, and then the minutes are 55. So great job there. Now your task today is very similar to what we've just been doing. So task 1, you need to write the time shown on the digital clocks. Got that way the wrong way around, didn't I? You need to write the time that's shown on the analogue clock onto the digital clocks underneath. For task 2, you need to draw the hands onto the analogue clock using the time that's shown on the digital clock underneath that. And then for task 3, you've got a time problem, thinking about train times to London. You've got a timetable of the trains, and if you've still got plenty of time, you could always try one of the TikTok time challenges. Let me know how you get on, and we'll have another lesson ready for you tomorrow at ready for tomorrow at 5 o'clock today. See you then.